Morning, the 28th of January and the first day of Zender's Snowfest 2026. We are in the warming tent this morning, and yes, it was warm when I got here, relatively. The temperature outside, I think, on my car indicated 7 degrees, but the warming tent substantially warmer, thank goodness. Snowfest starts up today. We'll tell you all about what's happening here, and I've shanghaied one of our friends who is a big supporter of Snowfest and supporter of a lot of things that we do. And, of course, the company is Michigan Sugar. And with us is the Director of Community Relations. We say good morning to Tyler. How are you, Tyler?
I'm doing well, Art. Good morning. I think to say it's significantly warmer in here is a bit of an exaggeration.
It's a little warm.
The heaters are definitely pumping, and it's definitely going to be warm and lovely in here for later on today for the baking contest and then the live entertainment in the warming tent. But
however, the good news in all of this, you don't have to worry about overheating the beet piles.
No, you don't. I drove by some on my way out here down coming from the east side of Bay City, and they have a nice thin layer of insulating snow on them this morning. So the beets love the weather. They are definitely in a good spot this morning.
How's the production doing?
We're doing well. We're in the home stretch. We probably have about 6-ish weeks left to go in campaign season. Sugar content has been really, really good this year. It's right in line with what we were expecting. So all things are looking good out there right now for where we are. And then we'll have a nice inter-campaign season where we'll do some work on the factories and get them ready to go for our next campaign. And August will be here before I'm not looking that far ahead yet. We want those beautiful summers for us.
So you had good sugar content, and you had good tonnage too, right?
Yeah, the tonnage was okay. We down compared to some previous years. We had a little bit of a drought spell late August, September this past year, and there is some disease pressure. But overall, when you look in line of historically where the crop has been over the last 10, 12 years, it's pretty in line with the average. So all things considered, could be better, could be worse, but it's a decent sized crop this year.
And employment, you had no problem finding staff?
Well, I think if any business has the secret sauce to having folks come work for them, we'd love that. I don't think the employment challenges that we may be facing are really different than any company out there right now, but we do have a robust workforce, over 2,000 folks strong across our 4 sites when you factor in full-time employees and seasonal help during campaign and harvest. So it takes a small army to produce, nearly 1.3 billion pounds of sugar for Michigan Sugar Company.
If there's a Debbie Downer in all of this, it's probably the price of sugar.
Yeah, on the market right now, it's tough. This is not my particular area of expertise. That's why we have John Boothroyd on staff with us. But if anyone knows John, he knows he's an expert in the space. But there are, when you look at Tier 2 tariffs and the current tariff levels and prices on the domestic market right now compared to the international market, it is down a little bit right now. That is the major challenge facing us. But we have a great group of local growers and board members and lobbyists and folks advocating our behalf, John included, that are making trips around the country and particularly to Washington, D.C. to advocate for our growers and the sugar industry as a whole.
What I'd like to say is everybody's rowing in the same direction.
We are certainly rowing in the same direction. The boat has a very clear, distinct path of where it needs to go, and everyone is doing that 1-2 steps of grabbing the oars and moving together at the same time.
So how many facilities? You mentioned 4 sites. What are they?
Yeah, so we have 4 factories in the greater Great Lakes Bay region and the Thumb. You have, obviously, our flagship station in Bay City. Then you have Seeboing, Cairo, and Croswell all the way out there on the shores of Lake Huron, just 4 miles from the lake. So those 4 sites are our 4 production sites. We have about 10 satellite piling stations. We have some shipping terminals in Bridgeport as well as at the sites. We have some in Ohio, actually, and then we have an ag research station where our research staff works with our seed companies on developing the next seed varieties that our guys will use, and that's out in Monitor Township off of Mackinac Road in Bay County.
Did the seed varieties change much?
So there's the last I heard, there's about 20 different varieties that our guys can pick from.
Really?
Yeah, even though we're in between 17 and 20 counties on any given year where we're growing sugar beets, and those counties can be all the way from Ithaca to the shores of Lake Huron. We even grow some beets over across the pond in Canada. And so those climates, even though they're relatively very small together, they vary widely in soil conditions, the amount of rainfall that they get, disease pressure, amount of rain, and so they work together. They go through multiple years of trials, and then they're out there for the guys to be able to use. So, yeah, it varies widely. It's something that I was fascinated. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not like buying a packet of seeds from Home Depot and going down and planting them. Yeah.
Take a sugar beet seed, put it in the ground, and grow a sugar beet.
No, there's definitely more to that for that.
I get. Well, that's what you get from a New Yorker who never grew up around agriculture.
Hey, I grew up in northern Michigan, and moving down here is the first time I heard of sugar beets as well.
Yeah,
so.
you know about it then. The other thing that I don't think many people realize how big a full-time staff you have. It's pretty substantial, isn't it?
It's nearly 1,000 full-time year-round employees across all the sites. So you're talking.
A lot of that I have to believe is maintenance and.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot. Mostly it's going to be in the factory staff. So our corporate staff is probably around 70 folks, and then the rest of the folks are going to be, either out in the fields working with our 865 grower owners, but the vast majority are going to be in the factories, and a wide variety of roles from our sugar packers that work in P&W all the way to process engineers and factory leadership and electricians and welders, and you name it, we probably employ someone with that background in it.
It always amazed me how many engineers you have on staff.
I think that's the kind of the hidden secret about Michigan Sugar. Really, STEM and skilled trades in general. You look at, we're thought of first as an agricultural company, and rightly so. That is the ethos of who we are. But it takes 4 factories to process all of our crop and produce that 1.3 billion pounds of sugar. So when a kid is coming out of high school or maybe college and thinking, I want to be an electrician or a welder or something like that, or an engineer. The classics in the area are going to be your Dow, your HSC, Corning coming to town in Saginaw County next year. But Michigan Sugar offers a robust career opportunities across the 4 sites and a wide variety of occupational backgrounds. So we're out there as well if folks are looking.
Well, last year, I think you had the new molasses recovery.
The molasses desugarization plant. Yep.
And how's that doing? Did it meet expectations?
It's exceeding expectations. Running above boilerplate, as you would say. It was designed. So folks that don't know, molasses is a natural byproduct of sugar manufacturing. All of sugar beet molasses is used in the animal feed space. It's not the molasses that you buy on the shelf, but that byproduct still has some sugar in it. So now through the power and magic of science, well beyond my area of expertise, the molasses is run through some resin beads, and then those resin beads, through charging of ions, better filters, and pulls out those sugar.
Back to those engineers.
Yes, that's why we have those. Is you pull out those sugar molecules, and that facility is producing around 80 million more pounds of sugar per year just by better filtering the molasses. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a great return on investment to the growers. It's a great sustainability initiative because we don't have to plant any additional beets, and we're doing a better job of recovering that product. The price of sugar is certainly much better than the price of cattle feed molasses. It's basically like chocolate syrup for cows, so we'll definitely take the better filtering of the product.
So once you filter that product, you're still left with some molasses.
You're still left with some molasses.
You still use that for feed?
Yep, we do. So we partner with third-party companies that buy all our byproducts, whether that is the molasses, the raffinate, and betaine, which are like some chemical compounds, and then the beet pulp and the beet shreds. We work. You
literally waste nothing.
We try to waste absolutely nothing of it. We want to be good stewards of the land and do a great job of making sure that no part goes to waste and that we recoup as many dollars as possible for our 865 grower owners.
Hang on, I got to take a break here. We'll come back. We're talking to Tyler. He is the Community Relations Manager for Michigan Sugar. We are at Zender's Snowfest 2026, and we'll be telling you about that throughout the morning. But today it kicks off with the ABC Baking Competition, co-sponsored with our friends from Michigan Sugar and WSGW and Le Creuset. And the ABC competition is new this year. It's A for Apple Delights, the first competition, and then B for Brownie Bonanza, and C for Cupcake Extravaganza. Are you judging?
So unfortunately, I'm a celiac and I'm gluten free. So this is about the worst case. It's hard working at a sugar company where
Yeah, and
that's
I'm
the
MC.
case.
I don't get the judge either. So
Oh, see, that's rude that they don't let you out there. I mean,
that's
come
right.
on.
I sample.
Okay,
cheat.
I dabble. He says. Gotcha.
It's all happening here at Zender Snowfest. More on that as we go on throughout the hour and throughout the morning. Let me also take a moment to talk to you about my friends at Quick Lane Freeland, where they sell all their tires for just $5 over cost. That includes winter tires. And yes, there is a difference between winter tires and all-season tires. And I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to tell us about that difference. All right, we'll have to get them to turn the noisemaker up in the studio so we can hear John this morning. But he will tell you that there is a difference in the tires and how they grip the road. So stop in and visit them at Quick Lane Freeland and McDonald Ford. While you're there, have them check your cooling system too. Because don't forget, Quick Lane Freeland is where you get all your routine service. McDonald Ford, where you find the fabulous Ford products and great pre-owned vehicles. Here's two names for you: McDonald Ford and Quick Lane Freeland, standing together to help you with all your automotive needs in 2026.
For 60 years,
For years, of course, we had Michigan Sugar and Monitor Sugar.
Sure.
And with that, we had Big Chief Sugar,
Yep.
Pioneer Sugar.
Yep.
We don't hear too much about Pioneer Sugar. We only hear about Big Chief. So is that the brand accept, or is it the other way around?
Other way around.
So it's Pioneer.
It's Pioneer. Yeah. So a little history. So Pioneer Sugar was the in-house direct-to-consumer brand of Michigan Sugar Company, and Big Chief was the in-house consumer brand of Monitor Sugar.
Yeah.
When the two cooperatives merged in 2004, and Michigan Sugar became the name of the company moving forward, Big Chief was slowly phased out over the years. And so we don't produce Big Chief anymore. You don't need two direct-to-consumer brands either. That's dilutes the marketplace, confusing for the customer. So Pioneer Sugar is in the red bag, is what you see on the store shelf now as the direct-to-consumer in-house brand for Michigan Sugar Company.
But most of your sugar doesn't go into direct retail, does it?
Not directly from us, no. So about 90% of our business could be really classified into like industrial or food service size.
Right.
Like serving customers like the cereal companies over in Kalamazoo, or say like Pedialyte, or
the train car fulls.
The train car fulls, the semi truck fulls, or like Dum Dum Suckers. Dum Dum Suckers are all.
Dum Suckers.
They're 100% Michigan Sugar. Yep, that's a fun fact out there. Or it's going to be like grocery store brands where we co-pack for grocery stores. We do the store brand for about 25 different grocery store chains around the country. So that's going to be the bulk of the business, is kind of those two arms there.
And the product itself, you produce, you're going to have how much is there?
It's going to be over 1 billion pounds.
Over 1 billion pounds.
Yeah, it'll probably be somewhere between 1.1 and 1.2 billion.
There was a time, if I remember right,
okay,
where the government said you could only sell X number of pounds. Like it was capped at just under 1 billion or something like that.
It's not so much the number of pounds that we can produce, but we are limited on the number of acres that we're allowed to grow of sugar beets every year.
Why?
Well, that's a great government question. All right, you need John Boothroyd on here for that one. But there is sugar is one of the commodities that are protected by tariffs so that the domestic market can thrive, and so there are protections in place that U.S. domestic sugar is allocated and sold first, or is advantaged before we start importing sugar from other parts of the world. So when you look at the 8 sugar beet processing companies that are in the country, including Michigan Sugar, and then the few cane companies that are down in Louisiana and Florida down there, there's advantages built in to make sure that these companies are competitive in the marketplace, and that we can provide strong income to our grower families and to the thousands of employees that rely on the sugar beet industry across the country.
I know, being told for years that if I sampled cane sugar and beet sugar, I would not be able to tell the difference.
I would agree with
Sugar
you.
and
I would.
sugar.
People claim that they can. I do not taste the difference in there. I think they are, at the molecular level,
Sugar is
sugar. Yeah, it's sucrose, and so it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's that chemical. When I say chemical, it's obviously not chemical, but it's elementally the same.
Molecular.
Molecular, yes. Sucrose. So
Hey, I got to use my degree.
nice. We're making progress this morning, Art.
Oh, well, what can I tell you? So, Michigan Sugar has long been a partner of ours on a lot of different things. And that includes being here today, and you brought a lot of sugar to give away.
We've got some sugar to give away. We have a lot of prizes. Basically, if you are in need of any baking utensil in your kitchen, we have it on the prize wheel today. So if you need a spatula or tongs or something cool, come over. We have the Michigan Sugar Queen and Court out here today. They're going to be serving as the judges today in the ABC contest. And then you can come stop by the table and spin the wheel and win some prizes and take it home and bake something up or cook something up in your kitchen and post a picture.
With Michigan Sugar.
Of course, the pure all-natural Pioneer Sugar. Right, come on now. And then you can post a picture on Instagram or Facebook, tag us in it, and we'd love to share the recipe.
Okay, so I'm going to take you back because Tyler, before he became agriculturally astute,
I'm still working on that.
was with the Great Lake Loons for how long?
12 years.
12. You 12? Were you there 12
I
years?
started there when I was 5 years old,
I
and
did, that's what I
then when I graduated high school, they said, Mud and crew said, okay, you got to get out of here. So, no, I was there from the time I was 18 till the time I was 30.
And what was there? We look at the Spirit, we look at the Loons. This area is blessed. We've got a lot of tremendous sports talent around here.
I would say we have a lot of tremendous sports talent, but you just look at what the amenities that the Great Lakes Bay region have to offer, just beyond sports as well. Two world-class minor league teams that bring entertainment year-round when you consider that the baseball and the hockey seasons basically don't overlap. You have world-class arts and entertainment facilities. You're seeing what the Dow Event Center is doing with bringing a lot of comedy shows into the area, world-class ones. The casinos are bringing in great live entertainment during the summer. So
I have said, and I ask this question quite often, I'm sure the audience is tired of hearing it. If you take Saginaw Bay, Midland counties, we'll leave Isabella out right now. Don't even include the casino, which is just another one there.
Yeah.
But if you look at population base, and let's assume about 400,000 people in the three counties.
Yeah, that's a safe assumption.
Where can you point to a city of 400,000 people that has 2 symphony orchestras, multiple theater companies, multiple choral groups, multiple art museums, multiple historic museums? The list goes on and on.
A world-class children's zoo and multiple
children's zoo, children's
museums.
It's amazing.
The Midland Center for the Arts, when they come back online, are going to be fabulous with what they've got going on over there.
Goodness, yes.
If you're really any person of any age, right, but especially if you're someone with family and you're looking for affordable entertainment any time of year for anything that you may be interested in, it's the place to be, is the Great Lakes Bay region.
I always chuckle when I hear somebody say, there's nothing to do.
That's what I heard when I first moved here, like 15 years ago.
Hello. Open your eyes.
Look around.
There is a ton.
You might have to drive 20 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
But let me tell you, it is compared to like friends that live in big cities where they're spending hours and commutes. And
when I was a kid, I graduated high school young. I was 16 when I graduated high school. I got home, and on the dining room table, my father had filled out New York City work papers for me.
Okay.
And also provided me the address of the job he had obtained for me.
Okay.
In Lower Manhattan.
Okay.
Hour and 15 minutes on the subway each way every day.
That'll be good for you, Art.
Yeah. That's where I learned work ethic. Yeah. I mean, Dad said, hey, this is what it's all about,
Now you get to kick back and sit in a warming tent and just talk for a living.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So, I mean, when I hear people complain about the fact they got to travel 15 or 20 minutes to get somewhere, I just shake my head. You know?
No, and I encourage
no concept.
And I encourage folks, you look at, if you live in Midland, don't just stick to Midland, go to Bay City and Saginaw. If you live in Saginaw, don't just stick to Saginaw, go to Bay City and Midland if you live in Bay City.
I'll include Isabella in that. I mean, there's
Absolutely.
a lot out there. So.
And even take a trip out to the Thumb during the summer, any time of year, but in the summer when it's beautiful on Lake Huron, go up north, go to Tawas, go to check out what Pinconning and Luma, go south to the greater Flint area. There's a lot of great stuff to do in this part of the state.
Well, staycations are a big thing, one-day trips, and you could get almost anywhere, particularly in the Lower Peninsula, in one day and have fun and come back. It's not that bad to go to the Upper Peninsula either. I mean, when you think about Michigan as an outdoor state with tourism, and we're sitting in the number 1 or 2 tourist location in the state, depending on which poll you look at between here and Mackinac Island. There's just so much to do. And the other thing that I think is happening is that I think we're going to be a leader in the state in growth. When you look at Corning coming in with its $1.5 billion investment, 1,500 jobs, and like Semiconductor's always looking for people. You have several companies in Bay City, including yours. Saginaw has, the medical diamond coming in. This area is ripe for growth.
It's definitely primed. So I agree with you. I think we are on the precipice of having this multi-decade-long growth streak. You saw Grand Rapids have it. You've seen Traverse City go through it. Detroit's definitely going through its own renaissance. But this region has a population that deeply cares about the region. You need that first and foremost to grow and promote it. You have the natural resources, you have the available land, you have the workforce. There are a lot of great reasons why a company should come and relocate. You have a waterway, you have an airport, you have a major interstate highway system. Like, you have everything. I totally agree with you. And that's why it's important for us as individuals, leaders in the community, or even if you're just looking for a way to get involved, is to become a promoter and ambassador for the region. And you look at the special election that's coming up in a few weeks. It's highly important that everyone gets out and vote. Get out and vote, and pick your elected officials that are going to help promote that and drive that.
I expect a big turnout because I heard an awful lot of complaints that we didn't have representation. All right,
you got to put your money where your mouth is. You can't complain and not get out and make it to the polls.
Well, Tyler, listen, thanks for stopping by.
I see Terry's arrived. I'm sure I'll be on the radio with him again in about another hour or two. Looking for a crop update.
But he doesn't know, but he's going to be on with me right now.
We already did the crop update, Terry. We have nothing left to talk about. So.
All right, Tyler, we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet. We're going to take a break, and then we will be back with more from Zender Snowfest 2026.
I just got done unloading about 270 pounds of Nightingale flour.
All right, wait till I put the bell on that rope.
Good thing I had my creatine this morning.
I talked to Tyler from Michigan Sugar about agriculture and the sugar, particularly sugar, obviously. How's the rest of agriculture doing in the Great Lakes Bay region?
Well, I think probably summed up the best the keynote speaker at the crop summit that we were at yesterday indicated that agriculture is going through not only some major changes, but there's some major obstacles out there. And as a result, it's not exactly as healthy as what obviously the farmers and a lot of people involved with agriculture are accustomed to, and they're a little apprehensive, but there are obviously plenty of options. Fortunately for us here in Michigan, we're so varied as far as our crops are concerned that our producers, there's a lot of different angles that they can operate with.
Correct me if I'm wrong, we still do not have a farm bill per se, right?
You're right.
But there was talk of the $12 billion going into agriculture to help farmers. Have we seen any of that?
No, not yet. From what I understand, some producers have been able to go online and access information exactly how much they possibly could receive. Unfortunately for Michigan, and this goes back to our wide variety of crops that we raise here, Out of that $12 billion, only $1 billion has been allocated for specialty crops. Specialty crops like sugar beets,
That's a staple.
dry
Why
beans.
is that dry beans are a specialty crop?
That's right. And, of course,
I
the
thought they'd be a
apple.
staple.
Yeah, apples, all of our fruit and vegetables, that's all a part of that specialty crop. So, fortunately for us, we do have a few folks that are lobbying for us in Washington, D.C. And I got a funny feeling here, within the close future, we're going to see an increase in that amount that is going to be allocated for specialty crops. But right now, it's a concern.
So what's a non-specialty crop? Corn and wheat?
Corn, soybeans, wheat.
Well, at least we have soybeans around here. So although not to the degree.
Strange as it may seem, cotton is
Of
not
course.
considered a specialty crop. But your major crops like that, they're all under that
sounds
12
to me
billion.
like politicians are making these decisions rather than agricultural types.
Isn't that the truth?
In a lot of things.
We're seeing it all over the
Oh,
place.
it's just-
And again, that's why it's so important for our listeners out there. And again, I'm putting my ag hat on right now.
Which is what I want.
We really do need to make sure that we have representatives that are well versed in our state. And if there is an opportunity to invite those folks out to farms, and this is where we've been able to really do a good job with our farm and ag initiative, where we invite families to come out to the farms, that sort of thing. It's really going to help our cause, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Well, anything worthwhile takes a lot of work.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Farm Bill kind of got convoluted. Some of the really important parts of the Farm Bill wound up in this big, beautiful bill that the president had set up, which went through. So some of the specialty things, and agriculture is a specialty in the Farm Bill, because less than 10% of the money allocated for the Farm Bill actually goes to agriculture.
What does it go to?
Your SNAP programs, a lot of your subsidy programs. Well, the big beautiful bill took up some of those. So the urgency that comes from non-ag people to have the Farm Bill pushed went away because it became encapsulated into that big beautiful bill.
So what do we need to wake them up in Washington? Food shortages everywhere?
Well, we're seeing it right now when it comes to beef.
Yeah.
We're seeing it right now when it comes to some of the other food products. And I don't know if you noticed it all, but thank you. That's my better half.
I know the better half.
She just dropped off a few stipends for me here. So what we've got to do is we've just got to focus a little bit on some of these things and get this stuff pushed through.
All right, we'll take a quick break here. We're talking to Terry Henney, our farm director here at WSGW. We're at Snowfest 2026. Zender Snowfest runs through this Sunday, celebrating 35 years of winter fun for the whole family. And today, it kicks off with the ABC Baking Competition here at Zender Snowfest, co-sponsored by Michigan Sugar, WSGW Radio, and Le Creuset. And it's 3 different categories: Apple Delights, Brownie Bonanza, and Cupcake Extravaganza. This is the first time this type of baking competition has taken place. It's changed over the years. It started out with apples, and we had chocolate, and we've had pies, we've had all kinds of things. This year it's the ABC Baking Competition. Gets underway around 10:30 and runs till about 3 o'clock this afternoon when we announce the grand prize winner. Lots to do and see. Come on out to the warming tent. It looks to me like the Halsey Old Timers are back again this year.
Yep.
So they'll be providing the music throughout the morning and afternoon. And the Snowfest is underway. The world-class carvers will be doing double and single block snow sculpting, State of Michigan snow sculpting competition, high school snow sculpting competition, multi-block ice carving education exhibition featuring Greg Butowski, the award-winning certified master sculptor, and the U.S. National Collegiate Ice Carving Competition, all taking place here in Frankenmuth at the Zender Snowfest 2026. Come on out and bring the family and have yourself a great time. Probably one of the biggest contributors to wealth around this area.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what the figure was the last one I saw. Something like $125 billion.
With a B.
That ag goes into the state of Michigan every year.
Yeah. So if we look at the Great Lakes Bay region and the thumb, we'll take that as a package. What are the biggest crops?
Biggest crops, obviously, soybeans and corn. And then we get into our specialty crops.
A lot of farmers rotate those two, don't they?
Oh, yeah. They rotate that with wheat, with the sugar beets, with the dry beans.